Kat here. I've just finishing up on a journal for a design team project that I'm doing for Lavender Blue, working with her Patchwork digital. I will do a flip through of the journal. I'm probably a couple of days away from finishing that, but as I said, I'm just going through the final stages of it, and I was cleaning up, and I thought, well, you know what, I could do with a few more tags here and there, and I've got a few scraps that I was going through, and I thought, well, I'll just chuck on the video and work through a process with you that I have been doing of late. So I've got all these bits and pieces that I haven't used or that I've cut, and I've just come up with a way of actually reducing my scraps. So this is probably pretty much what I've got left. So these aren't scraps. I'll show you these in a minute, but like I've got this bag of these are like offcuts from when I've been trimming down book page, you know, like, oh, this is all tea dyed and coffee dyed paper, and I've got tons of it, and I've been wanting to sort of, I haven't chucked it away because it's such beautiful, look at all that, it's just beautiful. And even like some of the digitals that I've kind of printed out and then tea stained, I have not wanted to get rid of these, so I've kept them, and I've done things like I've zigzagged them and used them so to repair book pages, which I think is from Bonnie and Clyde. She calls them band-aids, I think. I hope that's not making such a but yeah, I have found a way of kind of using up my scraps, and it's nothing new. I've seen this on Amity Bloom, and it's kind of like Frankenstein pages. But anyway, I thought I would just do a little bit of a process video on it. So what I do is, because I did post in Junk Journal Down Under, and I had one lady who asked, well, some people asked a few questions, so I thought, well, maybe not everybody's kind of seen all these videos. So anyway, so I go through and I sort of sort it out. So these are good. I can use these, like these are quite good as side tucks on a page, and this is also really tough fibrous paper that it doesn't tear. So I go through, and all the decent sized bits I will keep. There's all kind of stuff in here actually. These are just little things that I thought I might use and I didn't end up using. So these, yeah, these are all what's left over. So I think this lot here I can put aside, and yeah, I'll pull them out for another project. Okay, I will show you a few pages of the Patchwork digital kit that I've been working with. So these are sheets, because I did print double and I was going to make two, but I thought no, I will focus on one, and I might make another journal down the track. Or I've got some children's children's journals coming through and coming up in my project list, and also some teddy bear ones, so I'll put those aside because I will probably use those in those. That's a nice little bit, so I can, you know, line a tag or do something with that as a backing paper. So I'm left with all this. This is just a little bit of calico that I've printed on, and I had that left over, and this was like, oh, look at the way that little flower has landed like that. I reckon that's so cute. I'm going to keep that. Actually, I think I might glue that right now. I love how that sort of stuff happens. I think that's serendipity. It seems to happen a lot with junk journals. I don't think there's been a journal I've made where something, I'll do that later, where something hasn't happened like that. anyway, yeah, so I'll put that away. So I'm just left with these little bits. These can go away, that can go in my, I've got a little, I just put little bits like that. And these are handy for my like little minis and mini journals that I'll put away because I can use that for something else. So I just go through and I sort my papers out. I don't really think about it too much. Like something like that, I would probably trim fairly like into strips. Like that I wouldn't bother keeping. And just neaten up this little corner here, or this bit there. I mean, let's trim that down. Oh, my dog's getting a bit restless, so hopefully she doesn't bark. She did bark earlier and I thought, oh, that'll be right. Yeah, so I just sort of roughly put these into colour, but I don't stress too much about it. I just sort of look at it and I think, what will go? So these are just a handful. I'll take those like that. And then I've got all these kind of blues and greens. That I can use for something. I'll just trim that one. Kind of like that. Put like a little sentiment on that. I roughly just kind of go through and just say, well, that colour goes with that. Okay. So just snip these down. How is everybody? It's a bit cooler tonight. It's sort of warmed up a little bit. It's like spring was trying to peek through, but it's cooled down a little bit, which I don't mind because I actually like the cool weather. All right, so I've got a couple of piles here. So now, what will I do with that? My partner and I, we love Burberry. Oh, I might keep that. We love Burberry cologne and perfumes, and I always, every time we get the packaging, I always keep it. So I might keep that. All right. So, is that how I want that? Some of this scraps, like I remember doing something with that, like probably almost a year ago. All right, I think that's the pile that I want there. All right, so enough of that. What I do is I hope this has all been in frame, but I've only been cutting up. So what I do is I take my first sheet of paper. I just use, you can use any glue you like, but I just find it easier to use Yoo-Hoo glue. And I will just go up and down like that. And then I will take a strip and I don't think too much about it. So these sheets tend to be this size. So I will make my paper, my strips that big. And then I just go through and I just glue like that. Whoops. This is a bit of wallpaper strip. Actually, I might put that one more to the side like that. Not cover up so much of the paper, the colour. Okay. darker bit here. I just used an old, I must have used the cover for something, and this is just the leftover inside bits, so I've been finding that useful for gluing, so it doesn't keep gluing on my my board and I keep having to clean it. Okay, so because that's on the wallpaper, it's kind of needing a bit more glue, but it's okay because I do go afterwards and go around and I touch things up. Well, that's ripped, so let's try and cut straight. Might keep that little bit. Alright, I'll trim that down. It's just where it's a bit worn and a bit shabby on the edges. Well, there's a nice little bit there that I just popped out at me, so I'm going to put that one there like that. Just kind of try and wet the edges with the glue, and now I might just get a bit of this tea stained paper. Glue that like that. Trust me, this works. Now, just where this wallpaper is, I might just use the art glitter glue. Now, it doesn't really matter as well, because the other thing you could do is stitch it with the sewing machine if you've got a sewing machine. Otherwise, like I said, just keep gluing, keep going, and just sort of place it wherever, and just keep layering and layering. And you would be so surprised at how amazing these turn out. Alright, I'm going to put a bit more tea-dyed paper. And I just slap it down, honestly. I should have actually got some tags that I made before that I posted. Oh my goodness. When I looked at them, I thought, oh, they're just not going to look that good, but they just turned out awesome. Now I've got some reds starting to come through. This is an old envelope from Valentine's Day that I've always kept. Never known what to do with it. So I'm going to stick it up there because there's bits of red in that wallpaper. And there's a little mark just there. So I'm going to cover that like that. There we go. And just get that. Press that down like that. Feels like fabric. Might be. It's some sort of canvas or something. Okay. Yeah, why not? Oh, sorry, I'm not talking and I glued that the wrong way. It's all right, we'll do it like that. Sorry, I'm concentrating on what I'm doing and I'm not being very talkative, sorry. Just might line that up a little bit. Here I am saying I don't think too much about it, but I've just got some distinctive patterns there, so okay, what more shall we do? I think this one might need a little bit of stitching. Okay, yeah, I like that. So I'm just, as you can see, I'm just sort of gluing and progressively working my way across. So there's like these strips. I don't know, in some weird way that actually looks like that works to me. But you know, it's a good way of using everything up, and they just make all these little extra tags, because that's kind of what I felt. I felt like I need a few extra tags, but I didn't want to cut into any new sheets, and plus, you know, you've got all these lovely little bits and you just don't know what to do with them. So I love doing this, and it's a good way of ending a project, and I will show you what I plan to do with them. Just little extras that you can pop in the journal. And why not use everything up? Okay, so the only problem that you've got is right. Oh, there she goes. She's heard something. A little kid screeching out the front. One of the neighbours. Okay. So I might just, this is just a bit of gift wrapping paper. I wonder if I can lift that up. It hasn't quite dried yet, so I'll just slightly lift that up. There we go. She's doing her job, being a guard dog. Okay. No, don't like that. All right, so it's a little bit like patchwork with fabric. You just sort of layer and overlap. Instead of stitching, you're gluing. Okay, so to reinforce it, I might just give it another couple of little strips down the back. Because this will, if you cut tags out of this, this will be, you know, what you see on the tag, and that will be your back. And it's okay, it's fine. But what I do is I just give it another strip. Now, then I just go through and just look if there's glue that's needed anywhere else. It's like these bits of wallpaper here. I'll just run a bit more glue. Okay, so, all right, that's that. Now I might just finish these. Oh, I've got this little bit here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try and make a square. Now I always end up on my glass and then I have to clean it. All right, so how about if we put that down like that, and then we put that, no, let's put that like that. It's another little bit of red. So that's why I brought the red in, because I knew there was bits of red and maroons and stuff. Okay, and I sort of need, oh, I like that, don't mind that. All right, let's, it's a bit like a jigsaw puzzle really, isn't it? Like a big giant jigsaw puzzle. And the more layers that you add, then it'll just thicken up. Let's see. Oh, here we go. We've got some. This is some of that patchwork DigiKit. And because I use my laser printer, I'd like to use up as much of it as I possibly can. Not waste anything. There we go. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, that's right. I was doing that, wasn't I? Yeah. If I do that, because I'm going to die cut this, and the edges doesn't really matter because you end up die cutting it anyway, and they just become scraps, but then you just throw it away. So I'll just put that down in that little corner there. Okay, so pretty much there, just where all these bits of the wallpaper are. Beautiful vintage wallpaper. I actually picked this up in an op shop and I just love it. I used it in my journal. I just really love the look of it. All right, so I just need a little bit more glue there, just to glue that down. Yeah, my it's got a little bit of coffee that I have splodged on the edge there. I'll just trim off. Okay, so I've got all that in. Let's stick that underneath like that. All right, so you've got all that happening. Now it's quite damp, it's quite wet because you've used quite a bit of glue. What I'll do now is I will get a piece of actual coffee dyed paper, and I'm going to just glue the back of that. So I've got a bit of coffee dyed paper here. So what I'll do is I will glue that on the back. And it's just going to make it a little bit thicker, glue everything down, plus it will give a nice finish to the back. I'm just going to lay that like so. So you can see we've created, I mean, I could put more strips down just to finish that all off. So let's see what more we've got. Oh, we've got some more of this wallpaper here. Yeah, I could get back in frame. I could do that. Okay, so that's that. And I can just see that's peeking up a little bit. So just get my glue and just glue that down. This art glitter glue is great because it doesn't leave a shine. All right, so then there's a little strip up here. Let's see. No, I might not worry about that. I've pretty much got an A4 sheet there. So it's pretty wet. So I will just set that aside to dry. I did do another sheet earlier. So you can see here I've, you know, put my strips down. I've just put paper down. And then on the back, I just had some brown craft paper. So this is all dry now and it's quite thick and sturdy. So what I'm going to do now, because I'm quite keen to see how this looks, I'm going to go now and I'm going to cut out some tags with my die cut machine. So I will be back in a sec. Okay, so I've cut out my tags and you can see that I've used every bit of that I possibly could. I probably could get some more of these little circles, but look at that. So that's my tags, and then I just go over and I just make sure that there are no little bits that are sticking up, and I can just glue that on there like that, and yeah, they're all pretty solid and good. So that can go like that. So let's do that. So just put a little skosh of glue around there like that. This is, I think this is a Tim Holtz one. Whoops. There you go. There you go, that's one. Now, have I got any? Yeah, here we go. Got a little bag of ribbony bits. Let's see. Well, that would be nice. See if I can get this through. I'm not very good at this at the best of times, so this is a bit impromptu. There we go. Got that through. Now, I think that's a really good, pretty base tag there. And you can put, just as a backing tag, you could put a little sentiment across there and a little flower image, but it's there ready to go, and it's just made out of scraps. And I think that these are quite good to put in journals, just as little extras, so that when you're doing a page, like when you're actually writing in a page, you know, you can have a little envelope and have it filled up with these little tags. And then, so I've just put that on there. That one's all pretty good. Now, this is just a little one that I did that could be like a little backing for a little faux postage stamp. I'll put a nice little picture there of something. Actually, let's have a look. Yeah, I cut these out, or sorted these out the other day. There might be something in here I can use. Well, I do like these. Don't know about that. That would be cute. Everything is possible, even the impossible. I like that. Anything can happen if you let it. I might do that actually. Here we go. Just making another quick little... Looks like it just needs the edges distressed on that. It's just a little bit of tea dye there. Okay. There we go. It's ready to go. Put somewhere. Even there, but you get the idea. So we've got this one here. Let's see if we've got some. I've got a bit of red here. No, that's more Christmassy. Oh, here we go, a bit of pink. Oh, a bit of grey. I might put this one on. go. I'll just leave that be a bit floppy like that. I never know what the right lengths are for that, but that's another tag ready to go. So that's 2 tags, and then we've got that. And you know, you can get a little bit of ribbon and run it across there if you don't like those little seam lines, but you get the idea. And then we've got this one here that looks perfect just to put a little image on there. Now, I just wanted to show you something else. Oh, that's pretty. I really like that. Had that. Oh, here we go. Here's a little bit of, got a bit of gold in it. Yeah, that looks lovely. Let's see if we can get that. Actually, I think we'll do it this way. Gosh, I'm not good at this at the best of times, let alone on camera. Okay, so I think if we do it that way, oops, and there we go, and there's another one there. Now see here, it's just lifted up. That's where it's really good if you can get yourself one of, you know, it doesn't have to be this, you can on, you know, AliExpress or someplace like that, you can get like these little plastic bottles that have got these little like fine tips. I think I've seen Nat William, her YouTube channel, I think she uses something like that. So just a little bit of repair. And again, if you wanted, you know, you could get a little bit of lace or ribbon and just put it down there like that. So I just wanted to show you there, out of scraps, and that's what I've created, and they're so pretty. And I've got them ready to use now, either to as a filler little extras, or I can use that for my next project. So I hope you liked the video. I hope that explained a few things, you know, certainly how to do that. As I said, the first time I did it, because I used the strips, but I didn't put a backing on it, like it bent. So that's why this time around I've actually put this extra sheet on the back. So when this dries, I will cut this up in tags, and yeah, I'll show you the results, and I'll carry on, and I will just, out of these leftover bits here, I will make another sheet, and I'll show you how they turn out as well. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up. Love if you would consider subscribing. Yeah, I'm not really, I'm very part-time with all of this, but I just love it. I love seeing my little channel grow slowly, and love all your comments. So thank you very much. Bye, till next time.